Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me for another Faithful Friday. What a blessing it is to be alive and well and here to jump on and join you on this amazing Friday. We are in store for an absolutely amazing weekend, so I'm not going to complain. We got some pockets of rain coming in today, but other than that, we can expect it to go up from there because I'm seeing signs of 80. This week went so fast. I was like, man, is that it? It's over? For me, I am learning that the more I establish order in my life, the more things that I'm able to get accomplished. I have placed a mandate over myself over the past couple of weeks and over my life that I'm no longer going to be bogged down by those things that hold no eternal value. Meaning it's not even going to matter in the future. It may not even matter in 2 weeks. It may not matter in a month. So, you know what? I got to let it go. We have to put our priorities in order so that we can prosper in all things. I'm seeking to continue to use the gifts that I have been given so that I can produce good things, things that will help me to grow and help others to grow. The dreams didn't stop this week, y'all. They didn't stop, and I didn't stop journaling because the goal when things are being shown to us in an unconscious state is to make sure that we capture them so that we don't lose insight on what is being given to us regarding our future. The past couple of weeks for me, and I've spent time as far as on my Faithful Friday is diving into self-worth and those things that can control it. We've talked about appearance and how it can control our self-worth and how we show up. Last week we touched on self-worth, being centered around net worth and people being controlled by how much money they have or, and how it can make or break us, as far as the desire and approval from others. Those were the two that we touched on last week. And this week, I just want to conclude that discussion by touching on how social media can control our self-worth. Social media has been ingrained in us as a daily routine. And I'm pretty sure many have found that it can, enhance or detract from our mood. Social media in many instances has become a tool that is used to compare ourselves to others and how people think about us. And it can begin to affect you. We have to develop positive ways to measure our self-worth, such as the way we treat people. Are you treating people right? How we handle tough times when you're going through some things. How do you handle it? Or do you explode? Priding yourself on being an honest person, operating in integrity and excellence. That's probably like a daily prayer for me. God, help me to operate not only in integrity, but in excellence at all times, even when no one's watching. Having a clear sense of right and wrong, just knowing the right and wrong things to do. We can look on social media and just see all kind of things like, man, that shouldn't have been out there. They shouldn't have put that into the atmosphere. But a lot of times we're seeing these things and they can enhance or, again, detract from our mood. And then just having self-respect, physically and emotionally, making sure that we're keeping our self-respect intact in those things that we do. And last but not least is just being true to yourself. Even when you're on social media, are you showing up as your true, authentic self? You really have to ask yourself, what do you value in life? And then you have to be able to identify what is controlling your self-worth. Again, I will not deny social media is a good tool, but you cannot allow it to control your self-worth. Through the due diligence stage, we have the power to enhance our self-esteem. And healthy self-esteem ultimately does lead to self-confidence. And self-confidence increases your chance of success. And with or without the approval of others, that are a part of your social media network. Building self-esteem is essential for achieving real success. And I did say real success in life. It's not, what other people see, but you can actually stand on that you're being successful in certain areas of your life. It is time to open your mind. God knows the beginning. He knows the ending from the beginning. And he knows everything that's going to take place in between. God opens up our mind and speaks inspirational thoughts so that he can keep us from a limited way of thinking. That's why a lot of times, with social media, you think the way in the manner of the things that you see. And that's just not good. You got to develop a mind of your own. God's thoughts are of abundance and not lack. He desires for us to mature in wisdom and authority. He wants us to be the head and not the tail. Continue to remind yourself about the purpose and plans that God had for you, and remind yourself and speak into existence that they will prevail. Stop giving those things that are not the will of God permission to exist in your life. Through what? Stinking thinking. Stinking thinking could be, it's not going to happen for me. I've tried that and it didn't work out. I don't want to try again. Get rid of the stinking thinking and give that thing a try again. You do give stinking thinking the power when you give it your thoughts, patterns, when you're speaking negative things over your life. You're giving it permission to exist. I'm constantly petitioning God to set a watch over my mouth and to keep the doors of my lips. I pray that no corrupt communication proceeds from me. So a lot of times I will stay away from those that will want to charge those different areas of your life to, increase the stinking thinking. I do say to myself quite a bit. Lastly, after this week of just wrapping up, study on those things of dictating our self-worth, because that was about as deep as I went over into social media and how it can control us. And I began to do some deep dive studying into perfectionism. And many of us suffer from it, whether we want to admit it or not. I'm sure that I can't even begin to touch on the surface of the things that I discovered this week after beginning to study on perfectionism. And although I'll say it's a great characteristic to have, at times it can become unhealthy. It just can. We look for the perfect, and it has a huge, I'm going to backtrack. It has a huge influence on our self-worth, which affects our ability to build our self-confidence. That's perfectionism. We look for the perfect relationship. We look for the perfect career. We want to have the perfect physique. That's why people buy bodies sometimes. We want the perfect reputation, and we want to be in the perfect mood all the time. And that's not real. It's not real. Studying perfection helped me to open up and be honest that everyone that I have crossed paths with in life may not have gotten the best version of me. And that's just real. I've had some horrible relationships. I've had some horrible friendships. I've been a horrible employee at times. I have had some horrible attitudes and so much more. The list goes on and on. However, I thank God for being in a place to say, yes, that was me. And that's not me anymore. Will I be perfect? Absolutely not. I strive to do better every day, but I can be honest in saying that I've had some seasons of my life where people didn't get the best version of me. And we're going to continue to just talk about perfection on next week, because again, it gets deep, y'all. I didn't want to stay on here long because it's a busy day for me, productive day, and I'm not going to complain about it. I'm so glad I got some good things going on, and I'm excited about it. But I did want to tap in and just, remind everybody it's a faithful Friday. We have been blessed to see another week. And if you're here and you're alive and well, you've got something to be grateful about. For most, we are preparing for the disconnect. So do something this weekend that your future self will thank you for, even if it's just disconnecting and resting. If you're looking for the guys, you can catch us at Garfield Park tomorrow morning, 9 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. And then after that, you'll be able to catch us at Harley Davidson in Noblesville. And that is for an event, Rock and Ride. We will be supporting, it's an event that's centered around mental health and Mental Health Awareness Month. For many of you guys that don't know, May is Mental Health Awareness Month. So we'll be there as well right after the farmers market. So stop by and see us at either location. We also have a special surprise that will be coming this weekend, so make sure you stay tapped into Guys Cooking Creation, whether it's our Facebook page or Instagram page, because we will announce it on both. Also, Shay Sparks did release another Freestyle Friday on today, so make sure you check her out by visiting her page, Shay Sparks. But again, life is good. God is good. He is faithful, and I am grateful. So, yeah, it's the disconnect. Everybody, let's make it a good one. You know, this is just my tag. Make sure that if you're out, you're letting your light shine. I don't care how anybody feels about it, let it shine. Your transparency is leading to so many others being transformed. This has been your girl Seven, and I will see you soon.